from Brisbane, Australia. Today, very lucky to have Mr. Peter Barr, wonderful life coach or executive coach in Australia. Hello, Peter.
Hey, Yoshi. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for your time. Could you introduce yourself briefly, please?
Sure. I was hoping you'd do it for me, but I'm Peter Barr. Most importantly, I'm the father of three wonderful children who are 15, 12 and 9. That's the essence of where I come from. Professionally, I'm a coach. I'm a master certified coach, which is, I'm blessed to be one of only 400 in the world who have reached that level. So I'm passionate about the work of coaching and have been doing this for about 18 years full time, which is a lot of hours. I think I've counted about 11,000 hours of coaching time that I've engaged in that time. I'm currently on the board of directors of the International Coach Federation, which is the peak body for coaching in the world. And I'm very humbled to serve coaching and the members of the ICF. But that finishes in 10 days after 4 years. And it's a bittersweet thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a big commitment, but I'm looking forward to using that time for other ventures. I love working with people to do what Yoshi's asked me to come here for, which is all about being authentic and real in every engagement you have. And sometimes that means it's challenging and difficult because authenticity means going to places that might be uncomfortable or putting other people in places that are uncomfortable for them. So it's a difficult subject, but it's a very powerful subject, and one I'm very committed to ensuring that my clients and myself understands that that's the essence of how I bring anything to the world. It's got to be real and authentic. Yeah.
And you're also the author of this book.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, that's my book. How did you get that?
You gave it to me.
Yeah.
But I think this is kind of what you're really, passionate about, and there's also your life story and the process we can go through to finding your personal genius.
Yes. It's a very difficult concept for most people to come to terms with, that they're a genius. So I don't think I've met anybody yet when I ask the question, are you a genius? I don't think I've met anybody yet who's passionately said, yes, I am. I think it's a concept that most people find quite foreign and reserved only for quite intelligent, successful inventors, creators, mathematicians. But when we come down to the essence of what genius truly is, it's alive in every one of us. It's our life's work to find it and live it truthfully and wholly. And that's what the book's about, and that's what my work is. So when we talk authenticity, first and foremost, it's not what you do, and it's not what you have as an outcome, and it's not the stuff. It's who am I being in this moment? Is this me, the best me I can bring to this space?
So that's including the character strengths and values and passions and...
Yeah, well, you mentioned something there that your viewers might not know about, Yoshi, but you mentioned a thing called character strengths.
Yeah.
And that's work I also use to validate the work in genius. So what a character strength is under the area of positive psychology. And in that space, there is some beautiful connection back to you. So for example, I'm sure Yoshi can share her strengths, but just quickly, my top strengths are social intelligence, and that's connecting and understanding myself and others, and creativity. They're my top two. So when I'm living in the space of those strengths and use that to bring into my genius, then that's the best me. And so what were your top strengths? Do you remember when you did the work?
Yes, kindness.
Yes.
And the love of learning. appreciation of beauty.
And, anybody who knows Yoshi, when she's living her best, she is a very kind, appreciative, and giving soul, and it's a pleasure to be around.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
And I'll bring back my work, the genius work, which, although aligned with the strengths work, is just a small part of it. But it's all very much a major ingredient to understanding. The strengths work is a way of bringing to awareness, to your conscious mind, those parts of you that make up your best self. When they do this work, there's a real sense of, yes, that's me when I'm at my best. Now, the real test, though, as Yoshi knows, is to say, where aren't I living true to that? What's getting in the way of that best self? And then how do I remove or adjust or shift that barrier to then be able to be in line with strengths and in line with authenticity?
Individuals to find that blocking things.
Yep, absolutely.
You called the red blanket before.
Not psychology or theory. And I'd use that term, our mindset and beliefs are the security blankets. The wet blankets are the behaviors, actions, attitudes, and even the body shape, the way we style and dress. I noticed, for example, I could say to Yoshi, so I noticed you're not wearing a green wig today and a tutu for this interview. And she'd go, don't be silly. Maybe I can't see below her here. But she's not wearing clothes like that because they wouldn't be acceptable to the world, and she'd be looked at and scorned on for something of not fitting in. So we try very hard to present ourselves in a way that fits in, that it doesn't expose ourselves.
Especially in Japan. I found it, we find it really a big thing. Is that the same thing happening in Australians or other countries?
It's a human thing. It's a human thing. One of our biggest fear, at the end of the day, our biggest fear is our fear of dying. The one just before that is the fear of being left out, excluded, or rejected. And we do our absolute best, every human being. I could go to England and do the same. I can be here in Australia and do the same. One of the beautiful things about Yoshi is that she's a beautiful Japanese woman in Australia, predominantly an Anglo-Saxon society, and therefore as a minority, there's always going to be something that means you don't fit in. But to anybody listening to this, I can guarantee you that every person I've ever coached acknowledges that they feel inadequate, less than, not good enough, a fake and a phony. And when we're all doing our best to be part of, not excluded from.
What can we do to find out that blankets and genius?
Firstly, it's just if you're listening to this, congratulations, you've taken step one. And ask yourself that question. When I'm in spaces that I feel uncomfortable, what's going on for me? And own the fear of it and the truth of it. And don't make it bad or wrong. It's just there to keep you safe. And in that, honor that part of you that is there to serve your safety. But also challenge it and ask, are you really helping me be my best? And there's a part of you that will voice back, I want to be my best. I want more. I deserve better. I'm here for a bigger reason. Honor that part of you as much as you honor the fearful voices and the security blankets, because they're both important parts. Neither is wrong, neither is better, but they're both important. So turn the volume up of the part that wants the best for you, and while honoring the part that wants to keep you safe, turn that volume down a bit. Because this gets a lot of airplay, and it gets a lot of your conscious time with the little chatter in the ear. turn this one up, see what it's got to say.
Yeah.
That's a starting point, but it's a journey because we've spent many years honing them, building them, creating them. They become super highways of neural pathway connections in our brain. That is the first go-to place when we have anything come up that makes us fearful.
Yeah.
So unless we make it conscious and start building another group of neural connections to be as powerful as these ones, if we don't start building them, they won't grow.
So,
if we build these ones, then we're going to let these ones be less.
Yeah.
So over time, this shift will happen. Be patient.
So making baby steps, just gradually build up.
Yeah, every day baby steps. And if there's one thing that I do with most clients when they first start, before we get into the work that will really affect positive change over time, is I ask, be grateful to every day, be aware of what you're grateful for and write that down. Because when you are in the moment of gratitude, the moment of awareness of what is good in your world and what you've manifested, you can't be anywhere else.
Yeah, I think that gratitude is really powerful. Dr. John DiMartini.
John DiMartini, yes.
Yeah, he said the exactly same thing as you said, and as well as all other spiritual leaders and successful businessmen and coaches. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited to hear from you about the gratitude's power.
It is very powerful, and if we had all day, I could give you another million tools to use. But if you're, and one thing I'm aware of is not to overwhelm your audience with too much. But gratitude's a beautiful one, and that conscious awareness of when that part of you turns up, that's to keep you safe, to honor it, not beat it up or make it wrong. Honor it for what its service of safety is. Let it know that you'd like to have another choice.
For most of Japanese people, especially, you have to be really hard yourself. Don't spoil yourself and kind of belief we have. Japanese
and other Asian cultures, Yoshi, it's very much in service of, which is beautiful. It's a very much a I am less valuable, or I am the other is more important. That's wonderful to a level, but we are all equal, Yoshi.
Yeah.
We were all conceived. We were all a little miracle. We're all on a journey. We're all scared.
Yeah.
We all want more. We all have a purpose to be fulfilled. And to stop, and I say this might sound harsh, but I'd say this to anybody, Japanese, Anglo-Saxon, whatever. Don't make that an excuse for you not being great in the world. Because it can become an excuse and a reason for not stepping up. And you will know, because the little voice inside you in your quiet moments will be suffering in silence, knowing there's something more. And you're buying into a cultural norm that maybe, just maybe, it's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true.
You have to challenge it.
Yeah. I want to respect it, because I respect all cultures and all history. What I have challenges with is that any culture who uses something like that as an excuse for either individually, collectively, or at a cultural level not being their full expression, I go, hang on, stand up and say, no, that's something I'm choosing in my fear to move away from and towards something that matters to me. I know you do that, you know.
I found that you have to be safe to be brave, make a first step, I think.
Something more accessible might simply be, we need a foundation of self-worth to be able to truly go out to the world and be okay, because there will always be people who will want to try and bring you down. Yeah. There will always be people who criticize or disagree with you. And that's okay. What isn't okay is that you buy into something that's not aligned with you, your values, your truth. That's not okay. It's normal, but it's not okay. The more people who have the courage to just go, I'm not buying into that anymore. This is my truth, at the risk of being exposed or rejected, but also at the end of the day to be able to lie in their own bed and go, I did good today. I was real. And but there is a place for the everyday moving toward something that is of service to your best self or your genius. It takes time. Make a choice. Make a choice that maybe today is the day I deserve more. And there'll be a voice that will support it. And so I go, yes, yes, do that. There'll be other one go, oh yeah, but what about this and what about that? Listen to this one. Even if you don't make the change today, at least let that voice and that seed be planted.
So building the partnership yourself.
Absolutely. Over time, build that partnership, build that trust, build that evidence that you can develop further. Yeah.
I believe that's the base of all relationship, any, personal relationships, and that affect the business or work or, health.
Yes. Yes. I tend to attract people who do okay in life, and I've done pretty good. And I got to the point where it's meant to be, wow, and it's not. It's brave souls who are willing to when the question comes up or the statement comes up, I don't know anymore, or is this it? That they're willing to seek guidance or support or something from somebody who may have something to serve their next step.
And live more, joyfully or...
Yeah. Most likely the people, Yoshi, who have got to that point where they think they've achieved something or got somewhere and they feel that it was hollow, it's because it wasn't necessarily the expression of their best self. It was I'll use the word lie. It was the lie society had shared with them that to be in that role or to have that status or to have that amount of money or whatever it is, oh my God, I've wasted 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years getting to this. And it's not true. It's not real. If anything, it makes me feel empty.
Emptiness. So after, they find that the values and character strengths and genius build up partnership. How are they going to be?
It's a journey, Yoshi. It's a journey. Yeah. It's the 7 destinations that we need to go through. The 7 destinations really require you to go on a long journey. They require commitment and work because it's taken all of us. We've also created deep patterns of behavior, deep mind neural connections and complex ways of doing stuff that can't be undone overnight. A matter of fact, I'll go as far as to say that none of it can be eliminated. All we can do is add choice and make the choices we add more real, stronger, and over time become the way we do it. A lot of people are challenged. You can go to a course, you can go to a one-day rah-rah motivational course, but you tend to get the sugar high of that and then it comes back down. And then you keep getting a fix. But the base doesn't change. Coaching gives you the growth over time that's sustainable and real. That's the beauty of it. If you're up for it, to go on the journey of the 7 destinations.
What is 7 destinations?
That's webinar number 2. Come on, don't open that.
All right, that's okay.
We've already we've touched on destination number 1 today. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
That's awareness.
Right.
Awareness is a consciousness of your own truth about your story, about your blockages, about how you got here, and looking at that in its fullness, and probably also honouring that expression hasn't got you where you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's destination number 1. Okay.
Well, I guess we have to do more interviews. Yes. Well, thank you, Peter. It's been great, and hopefully, information you shared with us will help many Japanese people to realize what they can do.
Fantastic. And I thank everybody who listens to this for choosing to be with Yoshi and I today, and to try and just take one little thing for yourself, because there'll be a truth in there for you.
Yeah.
That if you choose to listen to it,
yeah,
and act on it, then it might move you towards that space you've always wanted. So, be brave. What's the worst thing that can happen? Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, Yoshi.
Well, thank you very much, Peter. And thank you for watching. Hope to see you again. Bye.
Bye, everyone.